Everybody, welcome to the April 19th, 2018 Town Board meeting. If everybody can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for those who protect us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, to start the meeting off tonight, we have a public hearing for the Orange County Community Development Grant. We'll take any suggestions. Is there anybody who would like to get up and make a suggestion?
I just have a couple of things I'm supposed to read before you.
Oh,
go
okay, I'm
on.
sorry.
That's
Go ahead,
okay.
Desiree.
A public hearing is being held to entertain suggestions for projects to be applied for through the fiscal year 2019 Orange County Community Development Grant Program. The public notice was printed in the Times Herald Record on April 22nd, 2018.
That's it? Okay, so I'll ask again, does anybody have any suggestions for any type of grant that we might want to go apply for in the public? Board members? No? Okay. Anybody else? Well, I'd like to see the town put in for a bus, preferably used for the senior center, and to be able to get people back and forth to attend the senior events and the library, since it's there also.
Are you looking for like a dial-a-bus size or whatever we
A
can get?
14-passenger bus,
Okay.
yeah. I'd prefer a van, but I think I'll end up with a bus, which I'll be happy with as well. Anybody else? Anybody else have any comments? Well, then I'll ask, John.
I have a comment about your proposal.
Okay.
John Smith, Highland Mills. I've been here before, as you know. With regards to your bus,
Yes.
I frequent Broadway and Broadway plays and so forth like that. And just before starting time, especially in the evening, you see the buses roll up and so forth. They're not the big coach buses.
No.
Many of them had come from senior centers in Jersey. I don't really know how many people they hold or what they were. You might want to make sure if you get whatever kind of bus you get, that even though it doesn't hold, 50 or 100 people, that they could actually transport people for a very low cost down into New York City.
Well, that's the whole point, is to be able to use this bus for many things, And I know that I've spoken to Al Fusco about it, and he's looking to get us a brand new one, and I think I think we'll get a lot of use out of it, John.
Okay. I just
Okay.
wanted to give you
Yeah.
a recommendation from what I see down there
Yeah.
all the time, from this
And-
senior center, that senior center, and so forth like that.
Yeah, and although I'm the one making the request, it is Rick Walls who came to me and asked me to try to get something, so,
Okay.
yeah, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. If there's no other further comments, I'm going to ask for a motion and a second to close the hearing.
Motion.
And a second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We're going to move on to the next part.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
We need to note that a certified copy of the minutes of this public hearing will be sent to I almost called him attorney, town engineer for the application process. And then you also need a motion and a second to submit the municipal grant eligibility form for consideration under the Orange County Community Development Block Grant, CDBG 2019, and that the supervisor or the town engineer is hereby authorized to submit the form. And further, the board has read and understands the municipal grant eligibility form, has met all of its applicable requirements, and that the information contained in the form is accurate and true to the best of their knowledge.
Okay, I feel like I just bought a car or something.
That was the resolution that was sent to you by the engineer.
Yeah.
That's okay, not a problem. Yes, Al does know about it, so, and he asked me to get it to him as soon as possible, so we'll send it up and it won't be a problem.
But you gotta make
Still
the
need a motion for that.
I'll make the
Okay.
motion for that.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
And I will send these to him tomorrow, the certified minutes.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to ask for public input. It's strictly for agenda items, but Ms. Dot Morris of the library asked and came to see me to request to speak about some stuff, and I will allow it. So if you want, stage is yours there.
Just turn the microphone on, okay? Turn the microphone on. You gotta hit the button on the bottom. Yeah, it is, it's off.
Yeah, it's on now.
Want me to hold that?
Yeah, that's okay. I think I need the senior bus, which I'm sure would have a handicapped entrance to it. Okay, first of all, before I begin, on behalf of the Library Board of Trustees, we would like it known that we extend our deepest sympathy to the family of Kelsey Berger. She will be very missed. I think one of the most important things that she did was to bring a community together, and it was solidified. And I think Colleen Pierce deserves a great deal of respect and honor for everything that she and so many people did. And I would hope that that community effort would continue in our town because it's very important to us. And with that in mind, I'd like to go on. This is a very, very happy evening. And I thank you, Frank, for giving me the opportunity to speak about it. We are going to reopen Central Valley Library on Monday, the 28th of April. And it will open at 8:30 in the morning, and the hours there will be 8:30 to 6 o'clock. This is going to be a soft opening because we want to have a celebration, but the weather is really not cooperating with us very well. So we have selected May the 19th, which was a Saturday, and it will be an all-day celebration and grand reopening of the library. We're very proud tonight to tell you that so many people were on board. A wonderful director, board of trustees, Al Fusco, Frank, you were involved. Everybody's been involved to get the library going, and it's on its way. As you know, the library trustees have a responsibility to offer the best services to all members of the community. The library board also has the responsibility to meet requirements and standards which are defined by the New York State Board of Regents. They periodically come up with standards, and there are new standards which will take effect within the next 2 years. And failure to do that could mean that the charter under which we operate from the Board of Trustees of the New York Regents might not be available to us if we do not adhere to certain rules and regulations. We anticipated that over a long period of time because, first of all, Central Valley is not ADA or was not ADA compliant. There was no way for a handicapped person to go in the entrance and to get down to the lower level. And that we have satisfied, okay? We now have a lift, and we also have other accommodations for that. Central Valley also was structurally sound, and it had the possibility of making provisions and having a physical plant available that would meet the standards that are coming down from the Board of Regents. So we decided that that was what we wanted to do, was to make it compliant and also to make it accessible for everything, and to put into place the kinds of opportunities and programming and facility which would meet the standards of the 21st century. We knew that we could not put in a brand-new library. That's just not happening here. So we felt that we needed to maintain our two facilities and proceed from there. For some years, the Board of Trustees has been putting aside funding, and not very much, but just enough, to put into a capital improvement fund. And with that amount of money had built up, and we knew that it was time to begin to use it. We therefore applied for a grant, and we were successful in getting it. It was $80,000, and it enabled us to get a lift put in, which was the major expense that we needed to do. Like any other building, it had needed kind of things that weren't visible right in the beginning, just as you were remodeling an old house. But we persevered with it, and it has now been completed. We now have the lift. You can get, a handicapped person can get from the first level down to the next level. And this is primary if we have children who they need to, by law, they need to be able to have access to it. The Central Valley Library will focus on children and the young adults, and those will be our primary services. However, we will have absolutely all services, with the exception of one, to every adult in the community. That one is the reference. Because there were two reference libraries, one at Central Valley and one in Highland Mills. Maintaining the reference books, the materials necessary, is duplication of services. So our director decided that it needed to be housed in one location, and it's now housed in Highland Mills. And otherwise, people they have access to all services at all ages. So this has been completed. What we've done also is to assess the maximum use of our staff, because our biggest payroll is personnel. And so you want to be sure that you utilize them to their highest extent. Our director is already working on in-service work for the staff to bring their technology up and to improve services that will meet those standards for the regions. With that, I do want to say that I appreciate everybody in this community who was patient for a long time to get this to happen. I encourage you to come and visit it. I think you will enjoy it. It's a totally different look, and it's really quite encouraging to see such a happy place. And with that, I have no further comments, and I appreciate everything, and particularly all our director, who walked into something 6 months ago that she never thought she'd get into, and she's pulled it off beautifully, and we're very, very pleased. And to the Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees have given an outstanding amount of extra time to make this all happen. So thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you.
I just got one question, Dot. You mentioned that it will be opening on a Monday, April 28th or something?
Yes, what's Monday, the
It's the 30th.
30th, excuse me.
Not a
Next
problem.
Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah,
Got it.
Boy, I need to get a calendar, don't I? But thank you, Frank, for correcting
You're welcome.
me.
And is there going to be anything special when you open, or, because I'd like to be there, yeah?
The reopening is all day. Sarah,
That's May 19th.
Oh, that's the May 19th. Oh, but on April 30th, the doors are opening, is what you're saying?
The library is open for
Got it.
business.
Got it.
Everybody's ready to go. And the public can use it.
I hope so.
It's all ready to go.
Great.
It's just that we want to celebrate. And what are we doing? May 19th.
There'll be programs all day, there'll be stations throughout the library with different activities.
Okay. She said that there'll be activities all day. Okay, thank you.
For all ages.
For all ages.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be inside and outside. All over.
Are there any comments now on the agenda? Okay.
I have some comments about the library.
John, it's not on the agenda here.
Somebody just spoke about it, and you made it an added item.
Actually, she came in to see me to talk about the library, and she asked if she could be putting it on. I didn't want this to turn into a debate, John.
It's not a debate, it's just a comment.
Okay,
It's part of public,
okay, go ahead. Okay,
want to cut that out also?
no, don't get nasty.
I'm not, I'm just saying.
Okay,
You've taken away public comment, and that was when you really found out what was going on in the community. Anyway, my comment is very short.
okay, John, go ahead.
Okay?
Please, your name.
It's going to be very interesting to see what the real cost for this project is. Even despite they have a capital improvement fund, I don't know how much they're spending out of it, but the taxpayer has to pick up employees, benefits, probably maintenance, and probably a lot of other things that come up. Second of all, I don't know how they arrived at these hours, 8:30 to 6. If I'm not mistaken, many people here are on Route 32 headed down the thruway as early as 5:30 to get to work. As again, you know, my original complaint was that the library should remain open till 9 o'clock. It has for years. There was no problem with it. And now they're going to start closing at 6, and I don't know, I guess this one can close at 6 too, just to keep it even and so forth. I'm not really sure how that was arrived at. I think they're off base. They're not somehow connected with the community and what goes on like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't think any mention was made of Highland Mills closing at any different time than what they do now, John. Thank you for your comments. Okay. Anybody else? Thank you. All right, let's get our business done. Administrative business, I need a motion and a second to accept the minutes of 4/5/2018.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
There was just
Oh.
one quick item. In the minutes towards the ending, there was I think there was like a misprint. It made a comment about me stating that there was a grant. It was, I'm trying to remember. It was something that alluded to me saying a grant, and I was referring to the grand opening of the library, but it said a grant opening. Yeah, it was a typo. That's what it was. Yeah, so I just wanted to correct that. There's no grant. It was just the grand opening of the library that I was mentioning.
Yeah, it was a typo. It was-
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the abstract. Desiree, please.
This is abstract number 8. It contains vouchers 2018-0640 through 2018-0719, and it totals $191,031.57.
Do I have a motion?
A motion?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Budget modifications.
There are a couple this evening. The first is to approve a modification to the budget of the library fund by increasing L599 appropriate fund balance by $73,000 and increasing L7410.420 fund balance expenditure ADA grant Cornell branch by $73,000.
I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
The next is to approve a modification to the budget of the police fund by increasing B 599 appropriate fund balance by $50,000 and increasing B 3120.202 equipment other by $50,000.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wait, before you go on. I know people might say that that's an awful lot of money to be doing on a budget modification. The chief came to see me and let me know from our IT people up in New Windsor that we've got very little data space left on the computers that we do currently own. And so we need to put in a entire new computer system to upgrade it. So that's what a large part of this money is, as well as in this budget modification are the cameras that we voted for at our last board meeting. So that's all included in one place, because none of that was put into the budget last year. So that's that modification. Okay, Desiree.
To approve a modification to the budget of the town board by increasing A 599 appropriate fund balance by $1,000 and increasing A 1010.406 channel 22 maintenance by $1,000.
I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Just a question.
Sure.
You clarify that?
Yes, I will. That's why I made the motion. That was apparently when they took off our board meetings on Channel 22, we had a very large problem with the two, what do they call, Jeff?
Servers, cameras?
The servers, right? Right. So we had a major problem with the servers, so we had to bring somebody in to actually go over it and to redo it. One of them is actually not working, but the other server, he was able to get back online.
Was that Jack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And so they were able to finally get it back online. So it didn't cost us $1,000. We just put $1,000 in to, have money in there just in case anything else happened.
Okay.
Okay. I made the motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the next one is a modification to the general fund by increasing A 599 appropriate fund balance by $2,700 and increasing A 3020.400 emergency notification by $2,700.
I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
I'll second.
And I'll just explain this one also. This is for the red alert. Since the town does collect a lot of the money for the tax, the hotel tax, we just got the bill in this week, and I had approved it to the town to pay the whole amount, since we do get the money for the taxes. And so that's, we're budgeted for $3,500, so we needed to move some money over, so that's what that's for. So I got a motion, I got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
And the last is a modification to the budget of the Justice Court by increasing A 3021 State Aid Court by $11,540 and increasing A 1110.400 Justice Contractual by $11,540.
I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, and once again, I'd just like to explain this. I'd like to thank Carol Garin, who works up in she's a clerk up to the judge. Which judge is she clerk for? I'm
She
sorry.
is for Hassan.
Clerk for Hass.
Thank you.
She applied for a grant, and we received it in the amount of $11,540. So I want to publicly thank her for getting that work done and for getting us that money. So with that, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, new business. I need a motion and a second to approve the standard workday and reporting resolutions for elected and appointed officials. It's something that we do. Is that every year, Desiree, or is it only the year you're
Every
elected?
local election year.
On an election year,
Yeah.
correct. And it's, we fill in these timesheets so that it can go to the retirement fund, right?
Close, yeah, calendars.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so I need a motion and a second to approve the standard workday and reporting resolution.
Do you want me to read it, or you just?
Sure, you can you can do
It's up
that.
to you. Be it resolved that the town of Woodbury hereby establishes the following as the standard work days for elected and appointed officials, and will report the following days to the New York State and local employees' retirement system based on the record of activities maintained and submitted by these officials to the clerk of the body. Supervisor Frank Palermo will report 22.19 days average per month. Town Clerk Desiree Potvin reports 20.23 average days per month. Town Council Jacqueline Hernandez reports 4.69 average days per month, and Town Justice David Hassan reports 9.08 days per month. And not all of you are listed, just to clarify, because not all of you have enrolled in the retirement system. It's only if you're enrolled in the retirement system.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Now I need a motion and a second to authorize the town clerk to advertise for the chlorine bid.
I'll motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Hopefully we get more bids than usual.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
usually
so.
only get one.
We get one.
Same
And
with
and we'll be doing that in the beginning of May, if I'm not mistaken, right? We'll be voting on it?
Yes, there'll be a walkthrough at the end of April, and then the bids will be due back the day before your next meeting, and then you'll approve them the night of. Fortunately, you only ever get one bid, same with the fuel, but you have to show the comptroller that you're being responsible to your taxpayers.
And
Understand.
we are, so, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, I have no old business. I have the supervisor's report.
The supervisor's report for March 2018 has receipts totaling $119,893.87 and disbursements totaling $845,916.57.
I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
I'll second.
Okay, well, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We did receive the town clerk's report for March 2018. I received the ACO report for 2018, the police communications report for March 2018, library minutes for 3/27/18. I know that you sent me some minutes today, I think you did, but I'll put it on next month's, because I just got it late this afternoon, okay? And Parks and Recreation, March 2018, and we received the budget versus actual for 2018, March 2018. That closes the actual stuff that we need to do for our meeting. Any board comments? Jackie?
Yes, I wanted to, this was a rough week, I think, for the community as far as, as was commented earlier in regards to losing Kelsey, one of the young girls in our community that was battling some medical issues. We also lost Mayor Kennedy in Newburgh, as well as Assemblyman Scartatos. So this was, I think, overall for our community and neighboring communities, a difficult time. So of course, our prayers are with those families. I also wanted to congratulate the Gatehouse for their opening this past weekend. It was a nice outcome as far as the people who attended, and I want to encourage the community to seek out the Gatehouse. My children enjoyed learning a lot about the history of the Gatehouse, as well as the different opportunities that are being offered for young adults, teenagers to volunteer. I know that the Boy Scouts has been a really critical part to helping the Gatehouse to accomplish a number of projects, as well as some community volunteers. But we definitely want to bring to light the work that they do, and that, of course, her continued advocacy for the Gatehouse. So I wanted to acknowledge that. That was a wonderful event to attend. I also want to remind that we have the cleanup for the community on April 28th. Of course, just driving around town, you can see that our community has taken a huge beating with garbage, and the bear is out, and I mean, everyone's videotaping the bear, so I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more to clean up. So I encourage everyone, if you're interested in it could be just in your block, if you're interested in helping to clean, to definitely reach out to Rob, I believe, is working on that. And there's flyers around. That's on April 28th. It'll start around 9:30 a.m.
At Smith Clove Elementary School.
At the elementary school. Also, as a reminder, there's electronic drop-off, which I'm excited about, to get rid of any electronics. That's going to be on May 12th from 8 to 12 p.m. And I believe there's also shredding that'll be going on. Desiree, do you remember?
Yep, that's for 2 hours during that time frame.
2 hours, okay.
At the Village Highway Department.
Okay, yeah, so, and I just want to thank the library, Sarah, for being here, but they're doing a wonderful job. I had a chance to visit, and we want to invite the community to come out and support these events that are going to be going on. Thank you.
Councilman Arone?
I echo Dot's comments and Jackie's comments. Thoughts and prayers to all of those families that lost loved ones. Also like to thank everybody that came out in the support of the animal shelter. Raised a lot of money, and I think Pam is really excited. I think the cats are going to be really happy. We might have the Ritz-Carlton of shelters for the cats. So thank you for all of those folks that came out and helped support that event.
Councilman Hunter?
I'd just like to offer Neil Kraus speedy recovery. I know he's had some surgery in the past day or two. He's in Orange Regional, and I hope he's feeling better, and speedy recovery to him. We reviewed a proposal Monday for a town hall in Central Valley. We hit a huge roadblock the last time on this thing called transparency. So I don't know if there's any other proposals out there. I haven't heard anything. But we need to make sure that there's clear transparency for whatever might be coming down the road, who's ever working on it. And also to not include village offices in a new facility is wasteful, because we have it here now, and it's easy for people to come in here, hit a couple of the village offices and the town too, rather than spreading them out into different buildings and just causing more confusion. So please, who's ever working on it, let's keep that in mind and talk to the mayor, the trustees, and get their input. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I have a couple of things I'd like to just state. I received a phone call last week. I'm not going to give her full name, but by a woman named Maxine. And she called to tell me how wonderful our police department is. Put a big smile on the sergeant's face over there. In particular, there was a call to her house, and Officers Cole and Officer Tausk had gone to her house, and it was right after we had that snowstorm. And this is a woman that couldn't come out and shovel, and they actually, if I'm not mistaken, got out there and did what they had to do to make sure that she can get out of the house and get to the ambulance that had come. And she was very thankful of Woodbury's PD, and I am very thankful that she called me, because it put a big smile on my face for the day. I did get in touch with the chief and let him know, and I want to thank Officers Cole and Officer Taus for performing very positively for the town of Woodbury. We appreciate that, so thank you.
That was what, within the first 2 weeks of Officer Cole on the
Yep,
job as well?
Yep,
Yeah.
and so I'm very happy with that, very pleased, and I've spoken to the chief, like I said, and I'm very happy with that. Bob touched on the fact that we met Monday night with a developer who gave us a proposal for a new town hall. As I had stated, we have several of those meetings that are being set up. I put it on the webpage, and I've put it up on Facebook. Our next meeting, April 30th, Al Fusco will be here to discuss a building proposal, and then we're going to keep moving on from there. Once we hear the different proposals, the town board will sit down and decide which way it would like to go, and then we will open it up to the public to come in and to work with us and to have this completed. So it'll take a little time, but we're going to take it slow, we're going to do it right, and we're going to ask for as much input as we can get once we decide which way we would like to go with a building. So other than that, I echo many of the sentiments that we were given tonight. And you're right, Tim, that was a great event. Yeah, good time there. There was a lot of people, folks. I mean, we got there at a little before 7, which is when it was opened, and there was a line around the building. So I think they had like almost 500 people there or something. It was a lot. It was a lot. So thank you to those that had worked on that project, and I know Pam is like flying, so I'm happy for her as well. Desiree?
Yeah, I was going to mention the 2 village events that Councilwoman Hernandez did, so I don't have to say those again. But I will mention a town event that we're having, which is the free rabies clinic on May 20th, which will be at the Village Highway Garage. We have already had, I would say maybe about 20 to 40 registered animals already. We do encourage that you pre-register. It'll save a lot of time with your paperwork at the event. It is only from 9 to noon, I believe it is, or something. Yeah, I believe it's 9 to noon. I suggest you come later because it's very, very busy in the beginning, and then it drops off at the last hour. So do please pre-register if possible. You can call my office at 928-6829, extension 7, and myself or Fran or Tracy would be happy to take your information. It's for cats, dogs, and ferrets. The only requirement is that the animals either be in a carrier or on a leash. And if it's a cat, you do have to bring your previous year's shot in order to get a 3-year shot. Otherwise, you'll get a 1-year shot. If it's a dog and we have you licensed already, yay, thank you for doing that. And you don't need to bring your paperwork because we already have it. If you have a dog that's not licensed already, boo, that's not good. And you do have to bring your paperwork, and you'll get a license while you're there. That's it.
Sarge?
I just want to remind everybody, if they need a gun lock, we're giving them out at the station free of charge. Just come in. It's a service we're providing for safety. And along the same lines, just trying to get more people aware. We do install car seats anywhere from infant to booster seat. We have 2 officers, myself and Officer Farrell. And you can make an appointment and set something up, or if you stop in and one of us happens to be working, we'll be happy to help you guys out with that. So that's it.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention one more event that's happening, and I think it's this Saturday. Another one of those trade things, trick or trade.
Yeah, for the troops.
Yeah, for the troop 4.
Town for
Yeah.
troops.
Yeah,
Troops for towns. Town for troops? Towns for troops.
yeah.
It's
It's up on my board somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have the time on that? I don't have the time. Okay, thank you.
Towns for Troops Tricky Tray, April 21st. Doors open at 3, call-in starts at 4.
Doors open at 3, calling starts at 4. April 21st. Thank you. That's this Saturday, and it's at the Senior Center. And by the way, in case you wanted to know, if you want to know if something's going on in the area, and I also put up a calendar of events for meetings that are being held. I got a new corkboard up there in front of my door, so if anybody wants to pop in and just see what's going on, you're more than welcome, and you're also more than welcome to say hi. I enjoy talking to the residents. With that, I'm going to ask for a motion to close.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.